Hello, and welcome to the most fortunate of tales. You get to see the start of something beautiful, wonderful, epic. You will be wanting the sequels, you'll be wanting the prequels, movie deals, book signings, everything starts here with Legends of Avallen. So, without further gilding the lily, we are going to hop into this wonderful and beautiful world with our wonderful and beautiful, amazing cast members. First, to my left, to your right, is Dosimbro. Yeah. He's lip syncing. Dosimbro, while you are fixing that thing, we will go down below to the mighty Judd.
Hi, I'm Jeff, sometimes known as the Mighty Jerd. Looking forward to playing this cool game.
Excellent. Bill of the Forest.
Hello, I am Bill of the Forest. I use he, him pronouns, and I am excited to play a new game with a new crew.
Excellent.
Here you go, and then we'll find out if my microphone.
There we go! Dosimbro! Go! Please.
I want to hear from Dracu first.
Dracu!
Okay. Hi everybody, it's me, Dracu. I use she, they pronouns, and first time playing a card deck using TTRPG, so I'm very excited for this.
And I'm Doc Rimbo, or Dos Rimbo. Only Mitch gets to call me that. And I'm Justin, also. I'm both of those things. And I'm super to be here. Are we talking about characters? Can we talk about our characters?
Not yet. You see, the sun
wait.
is finally rising up over the horizon on this beautiful small village. You can find pictures of it over at the Kickstarter. A beautiful tree in the center. Nice little hovels. Everything made of wood and wood and straw and mud. It's a wonderful day here. The pigs are squealing. The flowers are blooming. Everyone is waking up for their morning breakfast. And the best thing is you hear the beautiful falsetto of Don Gaston, the local hero. And while the audience may think that this is the hero of our tale, I assure you, he is not. For these four will soon rise up to something beautiful in their own time. But nonetheless, Gaston enters the scene, bare-chested, hair on his chest, nicely trimmed, glistening in the sun after doing his 1,000 push-ups and 1,000 sit-ups. He looks out at the horizon, his majestic blue eyes gazing into the blue sky, reflecting his majesty. And he goes into the local tavern to enjoy himself some eggs with some cheese on it, too. It's a nice cheat day, so he deserves it. Honestly, he does. But once again, audience, you might think that this is the hero, but it is not. And so the camera fades away to these four individuals who are getting a little bit of breakfast before the day begins, and they put in their 9 to 5 or 9 to 9, depending on what social class you are in. So, let's see who these people are, and we'll go around the other way. Dracu, please, who is this character that you'll be playing, and what are you eating this lovely morning?
Yes, so I will be playing Ashlynn. She is a fairly young, early 20s crafter, just barely getting started into the field. She's preparing herself for a long day of tinkering and inventing new crafty items for herself with, I think, a nice bowl of oatmeal with blueberries, because that sounds amazing right now, and a little, just the tiniest sprinkle of sugar on top to give her a little extra kick to start the day.
Excellent. Bill of the Forest, please introduce your character.
So, Lorem Ipsum will be strumming basic chords in the corner with a hood on, focusing solely. He hasn't eaten any breakfast this morning, definitely not things with berries in it, because there's work to be done. There's music to master. So he's solely focused on his craft and whatever that may be today.
Excellent. A long day awaits you. Next, we shall be introduced to Dulcimbros character.
I love you, Mitch. My character is named Una, and you see Una in the kitchen. She has a cast iron frying over a wood stove, and she is frying up sausages for her husband and her 3 sons, who are in their teens and should have moved out. And once in a while she'll take a bit of sausage out of the pan and eat it for herself. But that's basically her breakfast. And as she takes this sort of sausage round out, you see that her fingers are still stained with ink, because by day she works as a scribe, writing and reading on behalf of folks in the town who cannot.
Excellent. And finally, the mighty Judd.
So Roderick is a scrawny teenager. He's got the stereotypical terrible page bowl cut going on, a little gangly because he hasn't quite hit that final growing spurt yet. He's just kind of skulking around the back of the tavern, and when he sees his chance, he's just going to quickly walk by a table and abscond a scone that's unattended and start nibbling on it as he kind of sits down in a corner, pulling his cloak around him and just kind of taking in the crowd.
Excellent. Don Gaston moves forward, his majestic stride taking him far further than any normal man could. It's a beautiful thing. His hand reaches out and takes the blueberries of a particular set of oatmeals. How could he? Or does the patron of this delicious, appetizing meal say anything in return?
She kind of Oh, hi. Yes, help yourself. That's totally fine. Oh, it's nice to see you here this morning.
Well, hello, small person. Truly, it is a lovely sight to behold me. And you must be... And he kind of pulls out this, paper papyrus with several names written on it. You must be, is it Ashlynn?
Oh, yes, that's you. You know my name. Yes, that's me. It's so nice to meet you. Oh.
Stuffs it back into the pockets of his short shorts. Yes, of course I know your name. Might I have all the blueberries in thy oatmeal?
Sure, yes, of course. And she slides the bowl a little bit closer. Please, yes. I've eaten as many as I can. I'm great.
Excellent. I had just got done with my morning routine. Several miles out in the forest. I even hunted myself a deer with my bare hands.
Wow.
You're in
that's,
awe. It's okay. I understand.
That's amazing.
Well, Ashlynn, or may I call you Ash?
Yeah, you can, yes, you can call me anything you want. That's fine. That's great. Yes.
Excellent. I'm excited that we have now in this position where we can call each other by nicknames. You may call me Don Gaston.
Yeah, yes. Hi.
Hello. Now, if you would excuse me, I'm going to sit myself at my table, the one I carved my name on and built with my own bare hands. Well, really, I purchased it from someone, but it was with my bare hands that I acquired the currency to purchase said object. I forget what person built this manner of table, but I find its wood quite thick and lovely. In any case, I will be over there eating your blueberries. Goodbye,
Thanks.
Ash.
Bye.
And he
Bye.
takes he literally just takes all your blueberries, putting his fingers into your oatmeal, and then gallivants off. He doesn't do anything but gallivant, it seems, leaving you four at the table.
So it was a bit weird, right? Like he just took your blueberries and left.
Yeah, that's fine. He's amazing, isn't he?
I mean,
He's just,
I respect the hustle.
He can take my
Trust me.
blueberries any day.
yeah.
Oh.
This might be a bad time to bring this up, but I did want to just share with you, the less musically inclined, that in his second refrain, he was rather pitchy. I don't know if you noticed that, but I did. See, listen, I'm just saying, before we start
If he wanted
worshiping,
notes, he would ask for them, but I don't think he needs them.
no, I'm trying to make you aware, okay? So that you can appreciate actual music and not what he does.
Yes, okay.
All
Just,
right.
you know,
yeah.
I wish I could have a platform to tell him how his music is.
Oh well, right in there. Hey, and I point over to the corner of the tavern. There's a platform right there where the musicians usually play. So, like, if you need a platform to play, it's right there.
Fine. I'm totally ready. I'm ready for this.
If
Good,
you're
so,
not, that's
I mean-
okay too.
Well, I'm sweating, but I'm also ready.
Here, mop your head, and I'm gonna pass him a little napkin.
Okay, hold on. Listen, how many other folks are in the? Is it just us?
No, it's the whole town. Now that you look around,
Okay, cool.
they kind of all
Um,
congregate here, mostly for Don Gaston, but also for food and nourishment.
Well, I don't back down from a challenge or musical justice. So here we go. And then he'll go up and start attempting to play his recent study, which is what would be very much akin to the beginning to "Stairway to Heaven" by Led Zeppelin.
Ooh, I like this. So we are coming up to our first roll. Woo! So this feels. I mean, it really depends on you. What are you? So in this case, this game has 4 different lovely, beautiful stats. You have your physical stats, which are agility and vigor, and you have your mental stats, which are wit and spirit. As a musician, you get to choose. Are your fingers more agile, and you rely on this the most? Or are you witty? I can't understand how vigor could be involved in music, but I would take that argument. Spirit is also good.
It's definitely not vigor, because I feel like maybe for like a bassoon, sure, but I think spirit for this one, he's kind of going after the soulful guitar playing, the lute playing rather. So right off the top of the deck, I have a +1 in spirit.
Excellent.
And
Drawing 2 cards.
I have. I'll show the camera. It is a Ace of Hearts and a 6 of Spades. Oh, I can't bend down that way. Got it.
Bend further. For those who don't know, you draw 2 cards, and if they match the color, mental being the black cards, physical being the red cards, if they match the color, it is a +1 or a -1 if it doesn't match. The face cards give you a +2, and ace gives you a +3, -3, depending on what color it is. So you had one, you were using spirit, so you have that +1. Unfortunately, that ace is a -3, and if my math serves me well, I believe that is a total of -1.
Yeah, spirit. Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to wrap my head around this stuff as well. So 6 of spades. I think spirit is spades. +1 into the score, and then the ace of hearts subtracts 3. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Unfortunately, I'm going to let you take it from here because I think you can do way better than I, or way worse than I, in terms of your performance.
So he gets up there and he hits the first note and it sounds good, but then as he's got the timing right, but as he's plucking the strings, it sounds like when you miss a note in Guitar Hero for the next 60 seconds.
Oh, man. And it feels like, hopefully, maybe the crowd is too dedicated to the wonderful blueberries that have been added to the oatmeal in the various eggs and the cheeses and the morning rituals. But the moment you are like 2 seconds into your music, for some ungodly happenstance, Don Gaston turns his eyes upon thee, and with those eyes comes the silence of the whole tavern as everyone listens in to the beep.
Oh, he's terrible.
Yay!
He's really just bollocks.
But
He's
he's like
trying.
you see that he's like into it. Like he looks like Eric Clapton playing, but it doesn't sound like Eric Clapton playing.
At least he's having a good time.
He is that. He is doing that.
And then he finishes.
He's still
And
going.
I'm dedicated.
Yay.
I finished the intro, and that's all I had prepared. So you can hold your applause till later. That's fine. And he comes back down from the stage and sits back and takes his seat with you all again, almost like his mood has improved because he thinks he did well.
As he's finishing up his set, as we'll call it, any chance that I can use the horrified looks of the crowd as cover to steal something shiny from someone?
Oh, heck yeah. What are you going for? Who's your mark?
So, I'm just someone who's, towards the back of the crowd, so I don't have to get in the middle of everything. So if I have to bolt quickly, I can. But just someone that's got something cute and nice. Nothing valuable. But if someone maybe has a little knickknack that's, on the table next to their plate or something in their belt pouch that I saw them put away earlier, maybe I can go and just kind of pull that out.
Excellent. To the back of the crowd, and this kind of draws your eyes, is a woman named Peggy, who, as your companion leaves the stage, says, "Oi, you suck, and I didn't like it. You should burn your house down. It's really bad." But you also notice that she has several, what looks like kind of like these beautiful marbles, but really are rocks with like pretty like paint around it.
Oh, love it. Yep, I want them.
All right, go ahead and make this our second roll. Our rolls do amazing things here. You are at advantage, so you get to draw one extra card because she is distracted, thankfully, by the horrific performance that was just shown. Shows you to call me pitchy.
All right, so let's go ahead. So 3 cards then, right?
Yes. Yeah, and you are taking the best.
So we are doing boom. So there's 3 reds, and my agility is 1, so that's a 4.
Perfect. And that is actually a crit success. So you gain an edge, so you get to put a card down, or if you want to use it right now to add something a little bit cool, depending on what you like. But it's totally up to you.
No, I'll just put the edge card on the side for now.
Excellent. All right. What happens, my dear friend?
So, Roger kind of, as she's like, "Hey, you suck, burn your guitar and your house down," and all that jazz. Roderick is going to just do one of these and slip up behind her, and just to make sure she doesn't realize anything is gone. He's going to grab a couple walnuts off the table that someone was noshing on. He's going to do the Raiders of the Lost Ark replacement, where he drops 3 in her pouch and takes the marbles, and then slowly tucks them away, goes back to the table and sits down with his friends, waiting, waiting for Laura to get back to the table.
What was the older people who was eating the walnuts, as it were, kind of does this like, oh, where my nuts go? As he's like looking around, but no one's paying attention to him because really the horrific scene that was just bestowed upon everyone on stage is really just kind of gathering. It's almost like watching a horse carriage wreck, and then having that everyone stall out on the other side of the road because everyone's looking at that horse carriage wreck. You know how it is. But yeah, you have it.
Does Lorem have time to retort against the lady that had insulted him?
Peggy? Of course.
Mm-hmm. No one asked your opinion, you daft old hag.
I am not old. I'm like mid-30s. It's a very fine decade.
Yeah, well, I'm 17, so anything older than 3 years older than me is old.
It's not what your mom said last night.
All right, Lorem, sit down, dear. Leave the poor woman alone. You've impressed enough.
She should have known my mom left years ago.
She should have.
Ashlynn kind of reaches over, pats on the back, like, you did great, though. You did. You just tell her. That's fine. You did great.
It was a good start.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. And it's at this very moment that the doors blast open. Falling into bit, this thick wooden door. Splinters everywhere. Someone cries out as a little bit of wood gets into their oatmeal. A sickly man enters in, dark black hair with these vibrant green eyes, kind of rubbing his fingers and palms together. His knees indeed do look weak as he gazes. Well. Everyone is nice and gathered here at the tavern. It looks like I missed oatmeal day.
Do we recognize this man?
No, this person is not of the city at all, or the town, as it were. But just beyond him, you notice that there's about 10 other individuals dressed in armor and carrying swords.
How does Don Gaston react to this?
Oh, he's currently focused on his blueberries.
Oh,
yeah,
good to know. Okay,
yeah.
Great, good times.
Like you see him like in the corner, and he's like trying to eat blueberries while also like gazing at his his bicep here. Like it's just trying to do both is difficult at times.
Lorem is done. Lorem is hurt, and his head is over the table. So like this would happen, he doesn't react really.
Well, if there's going to be an uncomfortably long silence, and there are no folk hero here to prevent me from gathering up your materials for the winter, and maybe even, I don't know, taking some of the property here. We're trying to rob you, is what we're saying.
Wait,
Roundabout.
what?
Yes.
No? And Ashlynn kind of like reaches down towards her belt where she keeps like her short bow and her axe handy to go, and she's like, no, I don't think so.
Ashlynn, dear, what did they say?
They're here to rob us.
It doesn't make any sense. get over there. Why would anyone try to do something like that? With
Not
Gaston around.
Yeah, Dom. Hey, Dom, do you see what's going on over here?
And with that,
I don't know-
Don Gaston places a meaty palm upon the head of Ashlynn and says, "Dear small blueberry Ash, and the rest of you people here who I care about, do not worry. Your folk hero, Don Gaston, will take care of these ruffians in the most exquisite and particularly hot and sweaty way." And with that, he kind of flexes, and you see a little bit of his shirt start to tear as he moves forward. It seems like the light is following his backside through the windows as he's moving towards this villain. And then just like that, there's an arrow in his face. And he plops down on the ground, and he is very still.
He'll get up soon.
What just happened?
He's
Dom?
fine.
Guys?
I feel like he's dead.
It's just drawing him
don't-
in,
He can't be
building up
dead.
their confidence.
No.
I've never seen a person with an arrow in their face alive, so just gonna put that assumption out there.
Just give
Yeah,
him a
but-
minute. Just
I've heard the stories. He's fought off entire armies by himself. He's got to be fine.
Yes, yeah.
Hey,
I'm sure.
hey,
surely.
Gaston, get up. It's not funny. Hello?
And
I think
you
he's
see
dead.
like someone kind of go up and lift his head, but they can't really because it looks like the arrow is just kind of like on the other side, and by falling he's like impaled himself further, and it's like in it, and like everyone in the back is just like the evil man in the doorway. Didn't see that coming, now did you? I will give you by nightfall. Provide all your goods out in the center of the village. And if you don't, the same thing that bestowed arrow in the face to your hero will happen to each and every one of you.
Do you have that many arrows?
How many arrows would that be?
Gosh darn it. He kind of looks at his group and they're like counting the arrows. It doesn't matter. We have enough and we can make more. And he flings his cloak around as it catches on a nail in the doorway. And so as he leaves, he kind of rips part of his cape. And you see the 20 men in this still wiggling his hands villain leave the town.
Oh, this isn't good. What do we do? What do we do?
Well, it's time to move.
Yeah,
I'm gonna kill
I
him.
suppose you're right, but we'll have to pack.
I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill him.
We'll have to
I
pack
don't
up
know
all our
about you
things and
guys.
gather our families and move.
You're gonna kill him
You-
right
you can
now?
do that? Yes, I'm gonna kill him. This is happening
Hey,
right
hold
now.
on.
And she like
Right,
gets her
okay.
bow out.
No.
You
may-
don't just
may I protest?
murder. gonna-
Just yes, for justice. Yes, I'm all about this. Eventually, right now, I think we could do some thought, maybe some planning to get it. Eventually, we can kill him. Not right now. We can. You know what? We can even write a song about it after. But it's at the arc. I think that's really important here. I don't think instantaneously it will provide that great of a story.
Need to go on the hero's journey.
Guys, Gaston's dead. Like, he's really dead. He was. How are you going to. If he couldn't, how are you. Guys. And Roderick just kind of
Good
puts his
question.
head in his hand and is going catatonic. Like, he is not dealing with this situation well at all.
I mean, yeah, okay, yes. Okay, I'm going to use the fact that I was not very attached to this person in the first place to maybe think through this logically. I'm going to throw some things out there, and we can, choose one of them. If we kill him now, or attempt to kill him now, we may all also have arrows in our faces. We can also do what he asks and bring all the things out into the village, right? We have plenty of great craftsmen people, right? We can make more things and be alive. That is also an option. 3, we can use deception and trick him. So when he comes back to get all of the stuff by nightfall, we can do something else and have a higher probability of success. I think that's... Anyone else want to throw an option out there?
No, these are all great ideas. I was just planning on gathering my family and moving away.
Right, yeah, it sounds good. Family's nice. I wish I had one, but yeah, I want to leave too.
Okay, we have 2 for leaving.
Yes.
I mean, you guys are rather critical of my playing, but I do like you, and I want to spend some more time with you, so that would make me sad if you left.
Yes. Good. Yes, it's good to be in touch with your emotions. Ash, you're not seriously considering going after all those men on your own?
He did say that you didn't expect that arrow. They wouldn't expect an arrow
That's
now
true.
in the back of his head.
Oh.
That's true, but I did see a lot of armored people behind him, and the consequences to ending his life now, we may not be able to put arrows now in the back of all of their heads.
Well,
I mean,
perhaps we could follow him, try and see where he's going, and maybe we can have a posse and get the drop on him.
That's okay. 4. That's a good one. I'm writing that down.
Good. I'm glad to have contributed.
Yeah. Are you sure this is right? Right. Are you sure this is what we need to be doing? It seems unreasonably dangerous.
And
Right,
perhaps
but,
above our pay grade.
But they
Is
killed
there any-
And
Dad.
as you guys are like,
Yeah.
as you guys are having this conversation, you notice that the other townsfolk are slowly and gradually just kind of leaving the tavern, like very sidestepping out the window and stuff like that, without trying to gain your attention as you guys try to figure out this.
So
Yeah.
Roderick's going to jump up on the table. He's snapping out of his catatonic state, realizing that all the other villagers are wussing out and running. So he jumps up on the table and kind of waves his hands. Right, now hold on, all of you. And I point at Gaston's just mangled face on the ground there. Oh, right, he did so many things for us. He was our hero. How can you just leave him laying there like that? This is terrible. What is wrong? And I hop down off the table and I rush over to his side. Look at him. He's done so much for us. How can you just leave? What's wrong with you people?
You hear Peggy from outside, her head kind of poking through the window. Oi! I don't want to die. We're all going to die if we try to. You saw what they did. It's an arrow to the face. He wasn't expecting it. I'm not expecting it. What do you do against an arrow to the face? There's really nothing you can do but take it in the face and lay down.
Peggy, you daft twit. You're just a coward.
Yes! Yes, I am. I go fishing.
And you should also... And Peggy, maybe this is a great time to consider keeping your opinions to yourself again.
Oh my god. Look, if you can't accept valid criticism for your artistic endeavors, then you have no right being an artist. All right,
It was
it's
not
part of the
constructive.
struggle.
It was not constructive criticism, and it hurt my feelings, okay?
I am very sorry it hurt your feelings. That is my bad. All right,
So
I apologize.
just work on your messaging. Just work on your messaging, please.
Okay, your performance was way below average, and you should never play again in your life. There you go. Constructive criticism.
It's not constructive, but I'll still be over to tend your garden for money later. And it's not an innuendo.
Yeah, getting a little. Yeah,
it's a side
it's really
hustle.
The potatoes. Let's not call it a side hustle. It's gardening. Gardening is not a side hustle.
But it's my side hustle from musicianship.
Okay, really, musicianship is your side hustle, and gardening's your main job. But anyway, you're distracting me from escaping and retreating. Now, unless you guys have some sort of plan that doesn't have us getting hit in the face with sharp, pointy things traveling vast distances towards my very eye, I'm going to leave.
Yes, we do have a plan that Una will explain right now. Right, Una?
Right, yeah. Una.
I will.
And everyone looks.
And I do have a plan, and it doesn't involve you, Peggy. I think it's best if we all. She looks around at the rest of the group for affirmation. Yes, I suppose. You're free to go, Peggy.
Woo! And you see her just tear down the road.
Cloud of dust in her wake.
Yeah.
Now, this man, did anyone catch his name? Mr. Hand-Wringing Man, who is... He wants all of our valuables piled up together, but I say he cannot have it. So perhaps we lay a trap for him, as Lorem suggested, and we dig a giant pit in the middle of town and cover it with leaves.
Then do we put all of our stuff on top of it?
On the other side of it.
So, like, do we put all the stuff
They
in like the
all
middle
fall
of
in
a
the
big
pit?
moat? Is it like a moat that we dig type of thing?
And then we pour hot bacon grease on them from above.
Okay, I'm not opposed.
It's a start. I'm trying. I'm open to any other suggestions.
It's a good start. It was a good start, but maybe somewhere between
Thank you.
Ash wanting to follow them and stab them in the face, and you wanting to pour breakfast on them, maybe we can come up with like a plan in the middle that would work.
Yeah.
All right, I
You
feel
guys
there's
Shoot
noticed-
arrows in grease
Yes.
and shoot them in the
Light them.
face.
Yes.
We can light them on fire. Yes.
on fire.
Fire
Some of
is
them.
always good.
Okay, do we
And
have
This
they'll be
like little
scalded.
this little 12-year-old with like these pigtails is like pulling on Ashlynn's like sleeve, like, hey,
What is it, Charlotte?
Yes.
well, if we're gonna be heroes, I suggest you come on over to the blacksmithery. We might have something there to help. Yes.
That's solid. That's a good idea.
Oh, that's really
Did we
sweet
know-
of you.
Did we inherit?
Thank you. What? Follow me. And she like
Right.
scampers out, running to her little hovel. Well, she lives by herself there. Her father died like almost a decade ago, and she's been living by herself ever since.
I'm sorry. Is she the blacksmith?
Yeah.
Is this little girl the blacksmith? Okay, great. Yeah, I'm here for it.
hard times?
Good times, good times. Does but real
We
quick
follow her.
before we roll out of the tavern here, Don Gaston, was he armed at all? Does he have like a fabled sword attached to his belt or anything like that, or is he just having breakfast in his
Unfortunately,
short?
yeah, his fabled weapons were law in order. So those two, and you obviously could rip those off, but I don't know how much of use it would be.
God damn it.
As they do leave the tavern, Ashlynn will kind of, as they pass by, she'll just crouch down next to Dom's body and just, hand across the heart, just... It wasn't meant to be. And then she stands up and follows the rest of them out.
Yeah. There's this glistening light from
Una does
the
the same
sun
thing,
from
but
the entrance.
Una does the same thing, but then she like feels up his muscles too, just for good measure.
Yeah, still
Yeah.
they are like in continuous flex mode right now. Just very, very, very tight, and lovely.
Rigor mortis. Right there.
So yeah, you guys follow. I assume this blacksmith into this little hovel. There's a bed, there's an anvil, and there's a furnace, and then like several layers of kind of like this black charcoal on the inside of the place. She picks up a hammer and gazes upon it, then places it back down on the anvil. Hey, so you guys are actually gonna stay here and protect the village, eh?
Yes. We have to
Suppose-
avenge Dom.
Are you not afraid of dying?
Now.
Yeah, no, yeah. Some of us are.
It's okay. Don't listen to Lorem. We're ready. We're ready for this fight.
Yeah.
Wait, who's
Or
ready?
Roderick, don't listen to them.
We as a group?
Yes.
Well,
Yes, we're ready. We just need
Have you
we
seen
need
it?
weapons, right?
And I show my law and order, which is just twig and straw. That's all this is. That's all he's got. And just looking at you like, are you insane?
But you're quick, right? You're fast. Just
I'm
get
a
in
bit
there.
fast, yeah.
take a dagger with you and just get the heels. Get them right at the ankles. You've got this.
All right. All right. Yeah. I guess so. Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pats him on the back like,
My
yeah,
father-
you've got this. Yeah.
My father, almost a decade ago, he went off. Said he had to pick up some sort of item from a nearby town. He said it'd only be a day or two, but he never came back. The stories I hear is he was accosted by a bunch of brigands. A man who, with sweaty fingers, tantalized each other like a villain would. If this is indeed the man, this is the day I've been prepping for. And she kind of flips up the kind of the straw mattress, and right underneath it, you see an abundance of weapons and armor. I've been preparing for this day my whole life, and there's nothing, I think, more valiant of my long time than for you all to take up these arms and save the city, the town.
And you just chose to communicate this to us now?
I mean, Don Gaston had it, and I didn't really think I'd have to pull from the bench this early, but here we are.
That's valid. I'm sorry for your pain.
It's okay. It's okay. Also, thank you, Chaos Chorus, for the boons unlocked, the retweets. Keep it coming! You'll get this dance every time. Now we're gonna get none. So, what is everyone picking up?
Yeah, so what's there in the spread? Like, is this the montage arming ourselves scene that's happening here?
Oh yeah, it is. This is like the electric guitar like comes up unexpectedly in this very medieval setting.
It's not
cueing the
Lauren
audience
playing.
to-
This is good.
Yeah.
This is good music.
It's like, so everyone
Right.
do your montage. We'll start with Dosimro. What do you pick up?
Una finds it's a short walking stick. It's really a club, and so she picks that up, and it's just about them. She says, "Oh, it's nice," and she has a very large shield, a round shield, and sort of picks it up and says, "Just for safety." And she finds this set of gambeson armor. It's sort of this that's stitched with glowing runes, and those look very interesting to her. And so she puts that on as well, and grabs a quick hand axe and looks around and says, "How do I look like a hero yet?"
You're
Yeah,
getting
so-
there.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's pretty good.
Wonderful. All right. She starts swinging the club around recklessly.
It seems like a Voss is always in the way of the club.
This poor blacksmith's collection of vases all get knocked over.
All right, the mighty Judd.
So Roderick goes over and he finds the most glorious looking sword he spots immediately, picks it up, and immediately realizes that he can't swing this for for crap. Kind of pulls it back into the pile and with a deep sigh resigns himself to picking up a nice pointy short sword, kind of something needle-like, slides that through his belt, spots a short bow over on the side, grabs that and a quiver of arrows, and then he looks around and realizes that maybe armor is a good idea, and sees what Una's wearing, and kind of digs through and finds another kind of a dark emerald green gambitson with the same sort of runes, and looks at it and looks at everyone else. Right, yeah, so I guess I need one of these, huh? Great. Yay. This is going to be terrible.
No,
If I
it'll
would have
be
known
great.
that arrows to the face was probably one of my greatest threats, I probably would have had helmets made. But oh well.
Yes, or at least a mask.
Well, eyes are the window to the soul, and those are hard to see in a helmet.
That was beautiful.
And then at that point, Lorem starts like digging around for some stuff and finds like at the very bottom maybe a thing that wasn't necessarily supposed to be a weapon, but it's like a whole bunch of scrap metal melted together, and it resembles a mace somehow. He's like, "Oh yeah, this is metal. I'm gonna take." And he shoves that in his belt, and then he grabs a short bow. Like puts it on his back, shoves some arrows in his belt, and then realizes like, oh, those don't go there, and then grabs a quiver and then slaps a quiver on and puts the arrows in the quiver, and then takes a tiny little buckler and is like, well, this kind of fits. It's not too heavy. Kind of move it around a little bit. I like it.
Excellent. And the goddess of murder.
Yeah. Well, she is stoked. Like, she's looking at these weapons just, oh, I could use that, and oh no, I could use and she's, prying through like everything, trying out everything. But she thinks back and she goes, no, in her head, the most poetic justice would be an arrow. So she has the short bow and she's ready. She gets the arrows, she gets them into the quiver. I'm gonna say she probably already still had her hand axe on her belt, and she's like, my trusty axe for my work that I do. And she's, she kind of nods and turns around and kind of like, yeah, and she like kind of twings the bow a little bit and picks up one of the arrows and holds it up to her companions, and she's like, this is the arrow that will go through his head.
Actually,
get
how
you-
about this one? And this little girl kind of holds up this arrow, and it's engraved with these little runes at the tip of it. She says, "Be very careful. It's something that I acquired with a little bit of selling of property and maybe the acquisition of blood in large quantities. But if when it encounters blood, which is most likely what will occur, it immediately resounds with a sort of concussion blast that tears the body apart."
And she like just drops the arrow she was holding. Just yeah. Takes it from her. Yes.
Charlotte, Charlotte, it's safe to dip it in
Yes.
bacon grease. Okay.
I don't know. You'll have to find out.
It's probably not worth it.
Yeah.
You have to abandon that part of the plan.
Yeah, during tests, it can't be fired without killing something, so I would be very careful with it.
You
She's just
you made that.
staring at it. Just,
Yes,
you
yes, yes,
made
I
that.
made it. I am a
Nice.
blacksmith. Yes.
All right.
Quite lovely. Good
That's
job.
pretty cool. That's really kind of cool. All right.
Well, my
Roger's having a bit of
dad
an
used to say
existential crisis at the moment.
if you don't have a rap sheet taller than you are by the time you're 8, you're not living.
Bold. Oh, hold on. I forgot my armor. And he runs over and just blindly grabs like a ruined gambeson, puts it on underneath all his stuff somehow. And there's a lightning bolt in the center of the chest. On each side of the lightning bolt, there are 2 letters. On the left side is AC, and on the right side is DC.
Ooh, what does that
Yes.
stand for?
I don't know. I just grabbed it. What does it? Do you know what it means?
I think it means we're going to get sued.
Oh yeah, hold
I
on.
believe we're
And then
very getting close to it.
he kind of rips off part of the letter, so it's just like an upside down V instead of an A. There we go. That should cover it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
These-
much safer.
very courageous. Don't at me, bro. That's what it stands for.
Yeah, I'll a bygone language, I suppose. So what
So,
do we do now? Do we follow him? Track him
Well,
down?
I mean, yeah. Well, that's right. That's like the real question, isn't it? So, are we gonna try and fight them here, or are we gonna go to them and try and fight them there? I'm very confused about this whole. I mean, you guys seem very, very what's the word? Eager, but yeah, I don't know what we're doing still. I mean, yeah, it's cool you've got an exploding face arrow and all that, but yeah. What?
It's very inspiring, I will say that, and I have a sudden strong urge to chase them down now and murder all of them as well. Something about armor just gets me so hyped up. Woo!
Oh.
Well, whatever you guys do, good luck. Get out of my house. It's kind of we close soon, so I think I'm just gonna head to the pub and maybe get a couple of drinks before the end comes. Maybe.
Poor oatmeal day, am I right?
No, it's me day. It's me day. Like alcohol, my friend. It's that type of day.
Well, then,
Roderick, you still seem very, very unsure. I think you can kill many people if you just put your heart to it. You can do it.
I don't want to kill anybody, though. That sounds terrible.
Oh.
I'll tell you what. So maybe because I do feel like I don't want to leave you stranded or anything like that. You know, I don't want to I don't want to do that. I don't want to be that guy. So maybe I can, well, maybe, I am pretty quick. You did say that, right? Yeah, you did say that yeah, right. Yeah, so I'm quick, I'm fast, I'm nimble, as they say. So perhaps I can, cause some distractions around their camps, things like that, set some fires here and there, cause general mayhem and destruction while you go about stabbing things, which seems like what you're really into right now.
Yeah.
Is that reasonable?
I think that's a great idea, Roderick. That would play to your strengths. That would be amazing.
All right, yeah. I'm going to do that then.
And Una, could you still get us that grease? We could still use that grease.
Oh yes, I keep several jars of it above my stove. It's not good to pour it down into the wells. So give me a moment. I'll say goodbye to my family, and I'll meet you. I'll meet you out in town square in just a few moments. She runs off, clanking. She's got a big, a big shield. She's got a club.
What is? Who are your family? Who does it encompass? Who are you saying goodbye to?
She has a husband, and she has 3 sons who are pretty much adults. And so they all sort of line up, and she says to her husband, she says, right now, Cormac, I left you a note on the counter about how to feed the boys and keep the house clean, and don't open the door for any strangers, especially ones with greasy hands, all right? Okay, and she kisses each of them in turn, and they all look kind of like... Right.
Your husband, what's your husband's name?
Cormac.
Cormac looks at you, a hand brushing your cheek. When this is done, my dear wife, I will crochet you the most beautiful thing to tell of your journey. And you will return for it, won't you?
Of course, you might as well start it now.
Alright. I'll hold you to it.
She gives him a kiss.
I'll cook dinner as usual. Don't just
yes,
make sure you
just be
come
careful with
around
open
9.
flame.
Yeah, just make sure you come around 9. It's like I like it to be warm when you come home.
Oh, you big softy. And she grabs him and presses him to her chest and just sort of rocks him back and forth like a big baby.
Oh, thank you. Oh, you've always
I
been
do have to go, sweetie, all right?
candy in my eye. I just, Okay,
yes,
sorry.
boys, look after your father.
Oh, man, thank you.
There's nothing wrong with that, either. She heads back towards town square.
Your husband kind of hugs his children as they gaze out at the hero you are becoming. Or maybe already
clank,
are.
Clank, 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 clank.
So what's everyone else doing?
Lorem's gonna restring his lute with metal strings that he found because it's time for battle.
Excellent. You feel a clap on the head, a slight knock on your noggin. Peggy is behind you.
What do you want, Peg?
Oi, I would like to say I maybe was a little bit too curt earlier on, and I would say that you probably won't be a bestseller, but you probably will fill some sort of cult niche, maybe even be famous after you die or something, which is quite heroic in many cases. Most musicians don't even get out of the pub, you know?
He kind of like looks at her, tilts his head to the side. You just wait. One day. And then I'll come back and I'm gonna have dinner with you. And I am just gonna sit there in silence the whole time and make you suffer, while you bask in how awesome I am. I'll be way better than what's his face?
Are you buying? Are you Don Gaston,
Yes,
the person who just died like less than an
Yeah,
hour
I'm
ago?
gonna be way better. I'm gonna be way better than him, and I'm gonna be
Okay.
rich, and I will buy.
Are you paying for the
Okay.
meal?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, yeah, I'm fine with that. That's good. Yeah, I hope you
Yeah.
prove me wrong. This is awkward. I don't know where to go from here, but I guess I'll just walk on
you
over
can walk
to my.
away. Yeah, walk away.
Oh yeah. All right, I'm walking. I am
Well,
literally walking
I'm
right now away from you.
Cool. Then I'm gonna stand here and wait for my friends.
Okay. All right. Or bye.
Have a great afternoon.
Wait,
Have a great afternoon, Peg.
You too. You person. Good luck. She
Thanks.
scampers on back to the hovel.
So Roderick is going to avoid the most awkward sexual tension he's ever seen in his life. That's going on there. He's going to wander. He's going to find his way like behind a building or some place where there's quiet that he can have quiet, because he didn't really have a home of his own. He just kind of couch surfs and does that sort of thing. So he just needs to talk himself up a little bit. So he's just going to be pacing back and forth behind a building. Right, no, you can do this. You've got this, Roderick. You can do it. You can do it. No, I'm going to die. I'm going to get shot in the face like this. No, wait. Ashlynn said I could do it. She said I'm fast, right? I'm pretty fast. Yeah, I'm going to live. And it's just this back and forth, just talking himself into and out of it as he paces back and forth for probably about the next 15 minutes until he finally just settles on, nope, this is what we're doing. And he comes back to the town and kind of straightens himself up, sweating profusely.
You could probably see the sweat trails like leading away from the back of a building in the sand.
The Gambison is just dank under the armpits at this point. Yeah, it's a whole lot of swamp pits happening.
Aw, yeah. Like a true hero, smell is glistening. And finally, Ash, goddess of death, what are you doing before the slaughter?
Oh yeah, she would have returned back to where she'd been staying and just kind of made sure that she had her things with her, had enough supplies in case she needed to throw together something during this fight, if she needed to improvise something together. And she just mostly kind of gets her stuff in order because she's talking the talk. She's not 100% sure inwardly, but outwardly she's putting this on. She's like, okay, we got this, we're gonna do this. And at one point, she takes that arrow back out and just kind of eyes it one more time and just reiterates, like, just right through the skull for Dom. And she like just cracks just a little, but okay, and psychs herself up and continues, heads back towards the town square, and refreshed, invigorated, and she looks ready. She's just flexing, just ready to go.
You stand at the center of the town, the hovels and buildings around you. You see the eyes, hopeful, wishing, and some glistening with tears, knowing that your death is soon over the horizon, and maybe even closer than that. The sun is going down. You have used up much of your time with preparation. You know the time is a-comin', and it's a-comin' soon. It's only you four that stands against whatever is coming. No one else stands with you, though you do see the thumbs up from the blacksmith girl from the window. The gravedigger is walking by you with the corpse of the dear departed, Don Gaston, with the arrow. It looks like he tried to get the arrow out and had quite some difficulty. and it is still buried within the man's face, just kind of wiggled around with some extra space in his eye hole. He did his best. He's not really trained for this sort of thing. He digs graves. And so you see him dragging him off to the slight graveyard next to the tree. But you're not disheartened from this. You are heroes. God damn it. What do? You see the silhouettes. The villains are over on the horizon. There may be 30 minutes, 40 minutes, who knows? Based on the time clock on your like watch thing, the sun thing. Yeah, you guys get it.
So now that we're ready, did anyone happen to pay attention to which way he went? The guy with the greasy hands.
Right there. Right
Okay,
there.
yeah,
See, like in the distance.
He literally just right there.
Okay, listen,
Go far,
this
didn't
is
they?
not my skill set, okay? So if we could just cool it a little bit, that'd be awesome.
Right. No, no, it was rude. It was rude of me. I'm so sorry. Yeah, we need to stay
Yeah, no
positive.
question. Yeah, hostility.
We're all learning.
Yikes.
Yeah,
We're
I'm
trying
sorry.
new things.
No, it's okay, you're my friend, but like, whew, I know we're on edge. Okay, maybe do a little warm up. Ash, do you know anything that could kind of get the nerves out? Whew.
Well, when I'm really stressed, I try to make something, but that's probably not really that helpful right now. We could do some jumping jacks. I think that helps, right? That gets your heart going, gets you moving around.
I'm open to try.
Yeah, let's give it a shot.
Wait, calisthenics, right? Yeah, we're doing calisthenics.
It's important
Yeah.
to get the tear going.
So at like 7 jumping jacks, you'll see Lorem like hinge over at the hips and put his hands on his knees and start breathing heavily. Oh, I don't know how you do it. This is, oh man. Okay, I'm lightheaded now. Who's gonna lead the way? Give me a second. Give me a second. Okay, yeah, no, I'm good now. I'm good.
Yeah, well,
So, hey, Mitch, can I ask a question?
You can always ask a question.
All right. It's about the game. What's the surrounding terrain like? Is it like they're up on a hill or a ridge? Are there around? Is it forest? What are we looking
Yeah,
at?
in
We're trying to come up with a plan.
in true peaceful-like fashion, this village, which is surrounded by very tall, trees that have spikes at the tip of it. So there's only like one gate you can really get in from that you can fit 2 carriages width-wise. But the hills around it kind of dip down, so it's a valley in between these hills, which is why you can kind of see them coming along the horizon. You know, there's still some distance from them. Also, thank you. What is it? Awa Beats for all the subs and love. Thank you so much. You were awesome in this place. They're gonna need these crits. I believe in them. So, what are you guys doing?
Right. Well,
Yeah,
should
so
we try to sneak up on? How many of them are there?
you said like 20, didn't you, Mitch?
21. Yeah, there were
Yeah,
20
that's-
behind him. So, if you're counting the villain, 21, or maybe 20 and a half. Who knows?
Right.
Right. This seems stupid. Now that they're in front of us, maybe we can separate them and pull some away from the rest of the group. And
When did they say they were coming back?
knock them over the head. What's that?
When did they say they were coming back? Tonight or tomorrow? Can't remember.
Tonight.
Tonight?
Yeah, kind of as
Tonight.
the sun is setting.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Right, well,
Maybe
Ash, do you have any ideas? You're the one, or Foolish one. I don't
mean,
know.
I just wanted to shoot them in the head, but I guess if we know they're there and they're coming back here, maybe we could try to put some traps in between, maybe incapacitate a few of them. There was
Yeah,
at least,
right. You can't pick them off along the way when they're coming back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
you can't shoot an arrow if you're blinded, so that at least would, if we got like throw some sand on them, that
Yes.
I'm very concerned that a majority of the plans revolve around just throwing things on them, be it sand or bacon grease or other things. Like, do we have a better sense of warfare? That's really an important question at this point.
I mean, if they're all kind of together in a row, maybe we could hit them with a wagon? Like
Right,
roll a
so
wagon
I'm gonna
at them
go
like a
up
big
there.
old... All right, yeah, that's
All
fair.
right. Yes. And we pour the grease in the wagon and set it aflame.
fiery
That-
wagon. Yes, I
Yeah,
like this.
right? Also, does our town hunter have any, like, bear traps? Those might help.
Oh, yes. Or
Yeah,
even just
right.
a rope to tie between some trees and trip them.
See, now this is getting better. We got the bad ideas out of the way, and now we're really getting to like the meat of
Yeah.
the solution here.
Brainstorm.
Right, yeah, this is
So I don't know.
really good
That's-
relationship building material.
Yeah, and to increase the anxiety of the players, I am going to start doing fate cards. So every 5 minutes, I'm going to pull a card. I'm going to put it down. I'm not going to show you guys what it is, but when it gets to a certain point, it will create a complication. So every 5 minutes, I'm going to pull a card, and it will just get worse. So go on. Enjoy.
Right.
So I think at this
So,
point,
let's-
with that idea, Roderick is going to just bolt. I'm assuming we know the townsfolk well enough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you guys are close-knit
Like, I know
community.
who the- right. So if I know who the town hunter is, Roderick is just going to take that idea and I'm going to bolt and I'm going to see if I can snag as many of these traps as I can from the trapper's house.
Excellent. The trapper lives kind of in the edge of the town, so right next to the very tall tree-like pointy wall things. Around him, you know that there are several traps: bear traps, deer traps, human traps. He's kind of specific about what the traps do, and he likes his solitude.
I mean, I kind of want to fixate on the fact he has human traps, but we're in a time crunch. So let's-
Yeah, we're time crunch.
Don't worry about
You
that.
you
Come on.
know the appropriate like hop skip to get over to the door if you would like to talk to this individual.
Oh no, I'm not there to talk to him. I'm just there to take the traps.
You're just gonna take the traps. Perfect.
Yeah.
Duh.
Criminals
All right,
gonna
why don't
criminal.
you yeah, why don't you go ahead and give me a roll then?
So just straight 2 cards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So let's see, what are they? An ace and a 4, so that's a +2. So, and with
Yeah.
my 1 for agility, that's a 3.
Perfect. You are good enough to get the exquisitely dangerous human traps.
Nice. How many do I get?
I'm going to draw a card to find out. Ooh, you get the max, so we'll say 4. They're smaller than like the
Sweet.
bear traps. They have these little chains that you can kind of swing around. And there's like this little carved out smiley face right in the center of it that's meant to smash against their face, and the claws kind of come down around the body.
That is Kevin McAllister-tastic. I love it. Let's do it.
Excellent.
Does Lorem like is there like a wagon, like a large thing with wheels that can move and hit
There
things at high
is-
momentum?
There is the Wagon Maker, not too far from the human trapper. Just has several of these carts kind of put out in each other. It's almost like a car lot. So he's kind of sleazy in the way that he sells some of these. Like some of them are used. Some of them don't really have great options for them. It's just kind of you know, you might have to wheel and deal with this guy.
Cool. Let's wheel and deal. Let's do it. So what's the wagon maker's name?
Ooh, the wagon maker's name is Aoife.
Aoife. So Lorem would, gentle rap on the door and politely wait for Aoife to answer.
Yeah. Aoife opens the door. It's a man with this long goatee and bald head. He stuffs his tunic into his drawers to give a semblance of politeness, businesslike, professional. Hey, so you gonna buy a wagon?
Well, I don't know if you have heard what's happening in the town.
People's business. Don't want to know. Don't care.
Okay, well, I'm going to let you know. There is a villain who's going to steal all of our stuff. So if I can't have one of these wagons, the villain is going to just take them anyways. And I'll show you. You can ask anyone else in the town. It's going to happen. I'm trying to save you the value of selling some of your wagons. And I just want one or two of them for violence.
If I fell for that routine every time it was brought before me, I would have 0 wagons, okay? I got 8 kids I need to feed on a daily basis, and I can't be really giving away wagons for free.
Right, okay, cool. Well, I have no currency, so how about a trade?
God, it's not your singing, is it?
No, it's guitar lessons for your 8 children.
Oh... You know what?
And I can get them guitars too, all of them. The youngest one can have a drum kit.
What I really want is for you to take the kids like 2 hours in a day. All right, you do whatever you teach them guitar, drums. I don't care, but they're yours. They're your responsibility. Legally, I cannot be held responsible for what happens to them during that time frame. That sound good?
Right, cool. Yeah, I'm not signing anything, but I'll spit in my hand and shake it. That seems law-abiding.
Yeah, I mean, really, signing stuff is kind of amateurish. Really, nothing.
He mists his hands with spit, and he's like, "Yeah, let's just do it. Let's go. I need to be a hero, for once."
You know what? Let's skip the spit. Let's look at some wagons. I have a decent one. It has nice little holes next to the operating chair. You can put your favorite mead in it.
Cool. Which ones are the most flammable?
Oh, you're looking for our flammable ones. Yeah. It's a
or like a battle wagon or something like.
Yeah, I've never had to make a battle wagon before, but.
You are missing out. I have imagined those for a while.
Yeah. I'm just going to get you a good, nice 6-seater. Is that good?
Yeah. As long as it seems like to be able to hit 20 people or something, I think it'll do the trick.
Yeah, and it really prioritizes safety of the passengers as well as the drivers. Perfect. So
Perfect.
Here are the keys. And then he hands you a set of keys. Good deal. Are you free tonight for the start? 2 hours? 8 kids?
Yeah, if I'm still alive, absolutely.
Okay, you better be alive then. Okay, I'll just drop them off at your
cool.
place around 9. Okay.
Perfect.
Right.
Yes, yeah. You definitely didn't make a mistake. This was a great choice. You should feel good about this. I do. I'm gonna go now because, But
yeah,
awesome.
It sounds like you got a lot to do. A lot's happening.
Yeah. It's
good luck.
Busy day.
He closes the door and you hear the shrieks of kids.
8 of them.
But there is your battle wagon locked up to a large rock, so you can use your key to unlock it and pull it.
He does so. He brings it to where the team was meeting for the planning. and the execution of the plan.
Excellent. So, unless anyone else is doing, I think we have some human traps and we have a battle wagon. What's next, folks?
And we have our bacon.
Una's gonna
grease
grab
too, right?
Una's gonna grab a lantern just for the bacon grease.
Okay.
Yeah. Yoink. Runs back to her house, tries not to interrupt dinner, grabs a lantern.
Yeah, there's another tearful goodbye. You can't escape it.
Yeah, I have to go through the whole thing again.
Yeah, the whole thing.
He's crying. Husband Cormac is crying again. All right, we've got
Right.
everything.
So
Good job,
Ash,
everyone.
oh, sorry. Right. So Ash, are we going to feel that perhaps fighting in the town could lead to like unbridled property damage and things like that? Like, do we want to try and maybe engage outside the walls, or are we gonna like? How do you want to do this?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they'd see it coming if we hit them on their way here.
Right, like meet them halfway or
Are there
something
any
like that. Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Are there any
Right.
narrow spaces between here and the ridge where they're camped? You know, ambush spots.
You have several bushes in between that you can kind of scurry between. But unfortunately, at this time, flipping off from one of the hovels and landing in the most graceful way is a well-built woman, muscles for days, kind of dressed in this very thick cloak. Her hair goes far past her waist, and at the end of them are several blades, curved, with several serrated edges to it. She currently has in her hands kind of two large, almost like thorns. They're these wooden stakes, almost like giant toothpicks that she's twirling, and she is sporting like a white eye, and the other this like very beautiful sea green. She looks at you.
Hello.
And whipping her hair, lights a flame and lights up this little rolled up tobacco. Yeah, the boss was thinking you guys might have some sort of weirdly concocted plan, and I'm the forward guard. You can call me Pearl.
Don't need to
Hey,
insult
Roderick
her.
is going through some form of odd awakening at the moment. This is fascinating to him. But you said she popped off a rooftop?
Mm-hmm. Did this flip somersault and then rolled in.
So she's been up there I can assume she's been up there listening to us have this conversation for a while.
Not really. It's actually
Okay.
more of a impressive feat for her physically that she was able to leap from the building
Gotcha.
and cover that
Okay.
much distance.
The boss. Which boss?
Hands.
You know, with the sweaty hands and such.
Oh yeah, there's just a lot of people have jobs, and there's just a lot of bosses. So just wanted to get clear.
Yeah.
Can we help you? We're in the middle of something.
Yeah, it sounds. Yeah. I mean, I'm supposed to kill you, so.
Oh no, yeah, you're good. You don't have to do that. You can.
No,
I
that's
get
fine.
paid for it, and I like some good reviews, so you know. You guys wanna
We
do
can
this
give you
to
good
the car?
reviews. If you want good reviews, we can give you good reviews.
You guys have money,
Word
currency?
word of mouth is the best. We could tell
Yeah.
our friend about the woman who flips smokes.
Look,
Yeah.
look, as much as I like this conversation, I do have a job to do, and that is to squash any sort of rebellion. So by the time he comes in, we save on arrows. We don't have to go through the whole fight process
yeah.
thing.
Mhm.
Yeah, you understand.
Totally,
so you guys want to
totally.
do it one-on-one? What are you feeling?
I mean, I feel like if you're really good, if you seem pretty talented, so I mean, if you're up for a challenge, maybe like the four of us versus you.
Oh, certainly. Do you mind if I take a moment to get out my shield and just
yeah, of
make
course.
sure my armor
No.
is tightened up?
Yeah,
Right.
no, I'm a
Una's
gentle
gonna-
lady. Okay.
She gets her shield on, and then she reaches down for one of the jars of bacon grease and tries to throw bacon grease on this woman who's smoking.
Yes. All right. This feels like a sneaky agility test. She is confident, and you have an advantage. And you also remember your little crit that you can use. If this is important to you, I suggest you use it. If you don't care, that's cool too.
I'm going to use it. And
Okay,
so
sounds
this
good.
is just cards, right? It's 2 cards?
Mm-hmm. Well, you have advantage, so you're pulling 3, and you get to choose the best 2. If you
Oh,
want
cool.
to use your 20 as well, you get to draw 4, and then choose the best 2.
No, I'm just going to take these 3, which are utter garbage. Because... and my agility is 0, so that's something like the worst possible failure of all time.
Wow.
Did you
Yeah.
want to take this?
It's like
or
a
should
negative
I?
5.
Did you break a hip?
What? She might have. I think she goes to throw it on this woman and accidentally does it with the wrong end and dumps it all over herself. And she's covered in bacon grease. And she says, just getting oiled up for the fighting.
I don't know about you, but I don't want to fight him. Sorry, her. I'd prefer you're A, old. You're B, covered in what you say is baking.
Bacon
What was it? Pig grease? Yeah.
Yes, pig grease.
Regardless, can we just not?
Oh, well. Also,
Okay,
it is like a. It's like is it not? And he's looking at the rest of the group. It isn't. Is it not a ritual of our town to battle completely coated in bacon grease? I think it is, everyone. So
Yes,
that's
it's
just
a
something we're
cultural
gonna have to.
tradition.
Yeah,
Wait.
it's
what?
like war paint.
It is? Oh,
It
right. Yeah.
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did forget about the whole pig paint thing that we do go through before we go to battle. It's like a really
Right,
important
yes.
part of our culture. I should have known that.
Really.
But more importantly, though, and I look over. You said her name was Pearl.
Mm-hmm.
So I look over to Pearl. So what? I want to be clear here. So you're being paid to murder octogenarians and children. Like and you get reviews for that.
Yeah. It's a good business. Like I treat everyone on the field completely equal. So kid, child, old person, whatever it is, they have the chance, of course, to run away. But if they stay here and they fight, I will butcher them.
That's actually not a bad line of work. How did you? And as I'm saying this, I'm slowly walking closer and closer to her, just trying to disarm her with my boyish charm.
Yeah. She seems pretty casual and comfortable, whatever either her ego or the fact that you're just a child. She's not really raising her fisticuffs.
Right. Yeah. So how do you get into that line of work? Does it pay well?
I mean, if anything happens to you health-wise, you really got to take care of your own healthcare problems. Other than that, though, you do get a stipend every week for various purchases. These knives on the back of my hair were part of that stipend. I really enjoy them, and they also double as a steak knife whenever you're hungry. So
yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
I've got
yeah.
like the most I've made lately, and I go digging around in my pouch and I pull up those shiny marbles, and then I kind of use that as an excuse to get up real close to her so I can show them to her. Yeah, this is
Yes.
like all I've got recently. It's absolutely it's terrible. The economy here is just bowls. So
Oh,
yeah, if you like, do you think perhaps like your boss would take like apprenticeships? Are those a thing in your line of work?
yeah. I mean, if you're up for it, obviously you'd have to take off the head of one of your companions here and bring it on over.
Right. Yeah. Got
Is
it.
there
All
any
right.
one of
So
them
I
that
put
you
them.
don't like the most? Like anyone annoyed you, or you know?
I point at Lorem. Right. He plays the worst music ever. It's really, really bad. And I kind of use that as an excuse to sidle up so we're facing the same direction and I'm pointing at him. And I kind of put my hand around her shoulder. And that's when I attack. As I do that, I want to pull her jerking up over her head. And let's kick this off.
Go for it, roll it, or flip it.
All right. So what is this? Just
All
a regular
right, so
2 cards?
you're, yeah. Unless you want
I'm
to
gonna
use
initiate a
your,
grapple.
you can go ahead and take advantage. She's not expecting it, and you can use your 20 if you really want it. And remember, yeah, you can strain to increase your success. If you'd like to do that.
I think I'm gonna keep the 20, but I'll just do it at advantage.
Excellent.
So it is it's a 9, 2 9s, so they cancel out, and a 2. So I'm up 1, agility of 1, so that's 2.
All right. Oh, yes. All right. Yeah. So grappled. You got it. Like
Nice.
she falls forward with her tunic kind of tangled up, and her hair isn't doing her any favors. If you've ever had like hair longer than your shoulder length, you know it gets everywhere, tangles you, chokes you out, engulfs kids nearby. It's something that happens all the time. But she is currently trying to get out of her own tunic. So yeah. Everyone else, what are you doing? the little kid's like, yes, do the thing.
So I'd like to imagine that Ashlynn was very like slowly, working her way towards an arrow while Roderick was being a little distracting. And especially now that, Tunic's up, she's a little bit blinded, I would assume, or she's at least,
Yes.
very distracted. Ashlynn is going to go ahead and knock that and try to hit her with the bow and yell
All right.
as she does it, here's a message for your boss, and like try to shoot her with an arrow.
My question is did you put the special arrow in your quiver or in it's in a special place?
Oh, that's true. The special arrow she would have kept in a special place. I'm going to say that she kind of tucked it into her boot so that she can just pull it out of the boot and do that. So quiver is just normal. Okay.
Perfect.
Good checking. She may have accidentally knocked
was
that one.
hoping.
That would not have been fun. Okay, so I'm just gonna. And is this at advantage or?
Yes.
It is okay. So I drew. Okay, I have an ace in there. So that's the
nice.
same. So that's 3,
Yeah, so you
4 points minus 1.
You don't use that one because you have advantage, so you're just
Oh,
using the
advantage.
2
Okay.
right there. Yeah. So you taking those 2,
plus
so you got a
4.
+4 right there.
2,
And what's your agility?
and I believe it's agility. Well, it's agility to hit, and it's vigor for damage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
So
what's your
that's-
agility?
My agility is a 1, so that's a total of 5.
Nice. You crit.
Yes. And then do I do damage? Is the 5?
So for
okay.
Yeah, for a crit you double the damage, so you're dealing 10 damage. So I'm just gonna let you have it.
Okay.
Yeah, you
nice,
also gain an edge card.
Yeah. Plop that down. Okay, cool. Yeah, so she knocks it. She's just, here's a message for your boss, and lets it go. And I'd love to have her just right in the head if I can with that crit.
Yes.
Just
I love it. Yeah, it just basically in the same way that the dearly departed Don Gaston went out, the arrow smashes into her face, throwing her across the yard and impaling her into the door of the blacksmith. Yeah, her tunic kind of slides down, no longer obscuring her face, and so you can kind of see the arrow protruding out right in the center of the nose, so it looks like it caved it in, and it's bloody and gory, and the little blacksmith has kind of like opened the door and is trying to figure out a way to wedge her out of her front door. Yeah.
And I am pumped. She's, yeah! Did you see that? We can do this. Look what I did. We can do this. This is just step one, and then we're gonna get that boss guy just right in the head too. And she's just flexing and just real victory lap and a little
very
circle.
exciting.
So excited.
Lorm's like inspired, and he's like, yeah, 20 more times. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can feel the bloodlust.
It's so exciting. She sees
Good job.
Roderick's face like, come on, Roderick, this was exciting. You did awesome. Look at you. Look, you did it.
Right, yeah.
You destroyed
Yeah, I did.
her.
Right, yeah. I did a thing. It was.
Yeah.
Can I please ask
you
a
kind
favor?
of you see
Can we
from
not
like
do the
one of
big
the you see from the tavern, like poking their head out from the window is one of the waiters there, big poofy hair with dark skin and brown eyes, gazing at you guys, and he's like, "What are you gonna call yourselves, heroes?"
Come on, Lorem, this is your field. Come on. What yeah.
Yes, Lord.
right,
Sing
yeah.
about it.
Good with words.
Epic. Thanks.
The who?
The blueberries.
Sorry,
And
take
it's
it.
The blueberry crew.
half assertive and
Oh.
half as a question. He says, the who?
Good.
Let's
I
have
like
three cheers for the Who. And like you see,
Oh,
like two other people giving you a cheer, like woo.
This town won't be fooled again.
Right, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah. Let's get him. Let's one in a row, guys. We can do this.
Let's go do the thing with the wagon and set it on
Right.
fire and push it down towards them as they approach.
I think too. If Ash, if you want to do the pushing, I can distract them with an awesome song, so they look at me, and then we can roll the wagon down at them. Right? Does that seems like a pretty solid plan?
Really, any song would be fine, Lorem. It doesn't have to be awesome. Don't put that kind of pressure on yourself.
Thanks, Una. I needed that. Yeah, any song. I'm just gonna improvise whatever comes into my head, and it's gonna accomplish the objective.
All right, so you guys are heading out of the town with your human traps and the wagon of doom.
And I want to take Pearl's body, and I want to kind of just not looking at the wound, just kind of put something over her head. But I want to dump the body in the back of the wagon for now, so we can take it with us, because I want to use it as a distraction on the road up ahead.
Perfect. Yeah, you can just kind of like you get like some of your hands are like now covered in blood and ickiness, and it's like yeah. Oh God.
The smell of blood and pig grease mixed together.
It's a good smell. Good
It's
smell.
like Christmas.
But
Where are you from?
Right here. This is part of our culture, right? Bacon grease and violence. Like, that's all we do, I guess.
That was a ruse. We don't really cover.
I knew that.
This was an
No,
accident.
yeah. Oh yeah,
So-
I knew that.
yeah.
Well, if I write a song about it, no, we're doing it. forever.
Una, as you're kind of leaving, as you guys are leaving,
Yes?
you see your husband Carmack kind of racing out.
Go back inside.
Hold on. And out from a pack comes this lovely crocheted cape. It's like white with lace on the exterior and has a visage of you, Una, on the back of it with the words "The Who" with like an exclamation mark and question mark. But Una, you stand gallantly, the old woman that you are, wielding weapons galore, like you just with your cape in the background, but it's very lacy on the exterior, very fine material.
You've really captured my essence, dear. This is lovely.
I know. I just want to make sure you
All
come
right,
home,
no, we don't
okay?
have time for this. We don't have
Okay,
time.
I'm
There are
sorry.
people coming
You're with your
to kill us all.
friends. I'm sorry. Just I'll see you. Dinner
Right.
will be ready. I look for. Invite your friends.
But-
Okay.
For
what?
the next few hours, I'm not Una from Clan McLagan. Una who?
Una who? I like this. I think this will be great in terms of roleplay for maybe later. But yeah, you know what? You have your friends. Go ahead.
I'll bring the cape back to bed with us later after this is all over.
All right. And he kind of runs back to his children, leaving you guys
Right,
to
let's
leave
go. Look at my cape. Did you see?
with your
this?
cape, white and lacy.
There's no way they'll
Una,
see
that's
this coming.
lovely. No.
I hope I don't.
Does
see
it
any
flutter?
blood on
Does it have pockets?
It does have pockets.
Me
Every
twirl.
good cape should have pockets. Yeah.
She twirls.
It's beautiful.
So you guys are approaching this band of bandits.
Yes. What do you think? Should
yeah.
we set
So
up the
how-
traps?
How much distance is there between the town and where they're kind of set up? Like, how much room do we have to play in here?
About a mile.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, right. So, what do you guys think? Like, maybe like half a mile outside of town. Does that sound reasonable?
I feel like
All right. Yeah.
I feel as an idea we should hit them with the traps first to thin their numbers, and then gather them all in one place and hit the rest of them with the wagon.
Well, here's what I was thinking. Right. I thought this through a bit. Right. So we're gonna put Pearl on the road. Right. So that's something for them to fixate on, and they're gonna come say, "Oh no, what's going on with Pearl?" And they're gonna run up to Pearl, right? And then I'm gonna set the traps around Pearl's body, and the traps are gonna go off. Oh no, even more oh no's. And then they're gonna all be right there trying to free their friends from the traps, and that's when you spring forth with your wagon of doom, sending it towards the whole group of them. And then the goddess of death here can rain arrows down, and Una can pour
Yes.
bacon grease on herself, and you can sit there and
Yes.
play your guitar, and we are victorious in the moment. And not once do I get stabbed or shot with an arrow. This is how it goes forth
With
in my
every
head.
passing moment, these plans become. That's very good.
Yeah, I know.
Ashlynn like walks up to Roderick and just like hands on the shoulders and just that was the most gruesome and horrific exploitation of a dead body. And I'm so proud of you. And she like tousles his hair a little bit. Like it's beautiful.
This is really
I
strange
love it.
day for me. There's really a lot of things happening today. I feel like I'm growing as a person, and yet also not at all at the same time.
Big day.
Yeah.
So what's going on? All right, let's set up the human traps.
Yeah, let's do that, right? Yeah, okay. So I guess we'll take like off to the side of the road, just like off the road. We'll prop Pearl up, and I'm gonna set four of the human traps around her, like in a perimeter. Yep, that's what I'm doing.
Una is going to reach into her shoulder bag and pull out her scribe, and she's going to dip one of her quills into the blood and write on blood, like on a nearby tree, "You're next," in big bloody letters.
And then based off
okay.
that angle from which that is, as they're reading that tree, I want to position the wagon to be able to for Lorem to push it and then jump up into it, and because I feel like it's got to be metal. It's got to be metal. So Lorem's going to be in the wagon, and ready to launch it.
All right. So yeah, you guys, as you guys are making your preparation, you start to see about 5 individuals coming down the hill. It looks like they run, they take a few minutes breaks, take their breath, and then start running again. And so about 15, 20 minutes later, these group of 5 individuals come up looking rough and carrying swords and all manner of vivacious weapons. One of them, bald, well, actually not bald, he's getting to bald. He really has a receding hairline with dark brown eyes, moves forward and gazes upon the letters on the wall, and then to the wagon, and then to Pearl, and starts looking around like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Oh, hello. Right. Hey, guys. Yeah, you fine people of the right. Yeah, you. Yeah. So I have a bit of information for you. Do you can you hear me? You're making a face. Are my words not? Hello.
We hear your words. It's just there's this
right
blood on the tree, and there's a dead body. And where did you get a wagon from?
I don't have a what? Oh, that I don't. It was just on the road. I don't know. So yeah. So and I'm gonna start kind of walking in a circle, hoping to distract them from Lorem and Ash and whoever else is in the background. Hopefully, once again, prepared to enact violence. Yeah. So right. Yeah. So the townsfolk, they're going a bit crazy. See. Yeah. I don't know. Do you know? Do you know Bob?
There's a Bob. What? There's one of us, and he kind of
Yeah,
looks
Bob,
up as
Bob, yeah.
the rain clouds are starting to form, and there's a lightning crash in the distance, and they're like, "What the?"
It's yeah, that's weird. All right, yeah, but yeah, Bob, he hit our local scribe in the head when you guys were in town earlier. She's gone a bit crazy. She's writing stuff all over the place. We're not quite sure what the whole deal is, but yeah, just if you could do me a favor, right? Head back to your boss. Let him know we are preparing the offering that he requested. But listen, she's old. She's going a bit loco, right? It's a bit of a mess. We're trying to keep her under control, but it's very difficult. And yeah, I don't know what happened with her there. And I just kind of point. Who is that? Is she with you?
Yes. Okay. Okay. Just trying to, and also, young, small, childlike thing. We have been through this before. We know that townspeople like to use children as a way to divert our attention.
Wait, you think I'm a
not
child?
work on. Aren't you a child? You're like short and.
Hey, just because I haven't hit my last growth spurt yet, that's pretty rude.
I'm sorry. You're right. This is awkward now.
Yeah, it's a bit. I feel offended.
Regardless,
I came out here to try and do you a favor, and yet there you are insulting my stature.
I think we're just gonna stab you.
Wait,
Honestly.
what? Us?
Yeah.
No.
And- yes.
And that's when I turn and run. I'm booking it back to the wagon.
What's everyone else doing?
So Ashlynn would have been
feel
prepping an arrow. Yeah, just having ready to go.
I feel at the phrase, I feel like I'm going to stab you, Lorem would have started pushing the cart in their general direction.
Una's helping
Yes.
to push the cart, but she's not very strong. Trying
All
to
right,
get the
excellent.
torch to light the cart on fire as it goes down.
So, Bill of the Forest, why don't you go ahead and roll at advantage with the old lady helping you push it forward. Let's see if you can move this towards the enemy or if you will fail in your moment of dire need.
Yeah, so I have an black ace, black 3, 9 of hearts. So,
You do not have advantage,
You
so
can drop
would
the
only...
ace.
Oh.
Yeah. Unless you want to use your 20.
I feel
Which
like
I
I
would
already
probably
pulled the
do.
cards. Yeah, I feel like I pulled the cards already, so...
It looked bad. It looked very bad.
Yeah. If it helps, so if I didn't have advantage, would it have only been 2 cards?
Yeah, you only pull 2.
The ace was the one at the top, so the top 2 would have been a 9 and a 3.
9 and a 3. All right, this is vigor, so red, so you got a +1 right now with a -1, so 0. And what's your vigor?
0, also 0.
Oh, okay, yeah. You
Just
can
one
strain
spirit.
yourself.
Yeah, this is a big deal. This is a big deal. Gonna strain.
Excellent. All right, go ahead and we're gonna throw the tired condition on you as you're pushing it with this old lady right next to you.
Perfect.
And you guys see the murder wagon start to move forward. These 5 individuals, kind of curious, but still focused on this little kid. Several of them are pulling out bows aimed at him. You see like several arrows flying through the air, hitting the ground. One of them starts giving chase, but immediately gets gobbled up by a human trap. And you see firsthand what a human trap is, in that it clinches and then unfolds and clinches again. It's 2 clinching type mechanism, which is truly devastating as you see just like as this man is like ripped into 3 different pieces. This carriage moves forward and kind of smashes into it's on fire, right? Yeah, so they're engulfed by this flame, thrown forward when this thing impacts them right into the human trap piles. So not only are they screaming because they're on fire, but they're also screaming as they are being eaten up by these human traps as they chomp on their bodies, not once, but twice, leaving them into little bits of blood and fiery carcasses.
Oh dear. It's no.
Is anyone still standing?
They're
Or did that...
I mean, some are standing, but like the only one that's standing is standing upon the upper half of his torso, as he's like still on fire and screaming up towards the heavens.
I'm gonna go ahead and shoot him with an arrow just to stop the screaming, because we're
That's
trying
fair.
to be stealthy about this.
A little is it's not mercy, it's tactical. No, as you plunge,
Okay.
you don't have to roll for
Oh, okay.
for someone who is
Wow.
missing their lower half and is on fire. It's a pretty easy mark. The arrow kind of just silences him, and then there's that awkward post-murder fest silence along with a little bit of rain coming down.
What do we do now?
That was yeah.
That was amazing! And she just punching the air again, like really excited.
Lorem is like trying to put the fire out on the wagon so they can reuse it in the event that they sent 5 more people out to explore the deaths of these guys. This was supposed to be for 20 of them, not just.
Yeah, and you guys can see because of the fate cards that I've pulled down that the people have noticed between the screaming and the setting on fire, they are starting to move forward.
Yeah,
so you have
right,
probably
yeah.
like 15, 20 minutes.
I don't think we have the element of surprise here any longer. Maybe we should retreat back to. Is the town walled?
Yes, it's like these large wooden trees kind of interlocked together with kind of spikes, and there's that wide 2-carriage width entrance. No gate, though.
Yeah, but still, maybe we should retreat a bit behind the walls. It's going to get ugly really quickly, I think.
We could park our flaming wagon in front of the gate, so maybe that'll slow them down a little bit more.
I would
Yes,
prefer to
or
leave the
scare
fire
them.
away from the wooden walls. Just saying, maybe not the best combo.
We could, right, but the merit there is that it would funnel them all through one entrance, and then we could pick them off with arrows.
It's true. That's a valid point.
Maybe if by the time we get it up to the town, the fire will be out. If everyone blows really hard.
And the rain starts coming down, the sky grows dark, the night is coming up over the horizon. You can see your breath escape from your lips. It's cold.
All right, we need to get moving here. We only have look here, and I look back and kind of point that they're literally coming right now to murder us. So we should probably. I'm just saying, like, why are you all just standing there? Seriously, let's. Can we?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Lorem
Right.
tries to push the remnants of the wagon back up to the town in hopes that the rain puts out the fire.
And it does. You can kind of push, like, by the time you get there, you're missing one, like, wheel as it slowly falls off. It's obvious you should have got kind of coverage for that, but, you had lots of stuff to do.
Right.
As you return, though, you see 5 individuals carrying pots and pans. One of them is the blacksmith. Her pigtails have formed into one singular ponytail. Kind of this war paint upon her cheek, as she has this what looks like kind of a pot, but with several like knives melted into the back part of it. So kind of 2 of them facing inward. Yeah, she twirls it, and next to her are just kind of you see Peggy there with a fork and knife, and some other people who are kind of undescribed. You've seen them around town, but they've never been important enough to warrant a name for you guys, or at least to remember one by.
Where's everybody else? Is it just the 5 of you?
The blacksmith nods. Yeah, bunch of cowards they are, but you know what? We saw what you did. We'll fight with you. We won't die for you. Half of us won't die for you, but we'll fight for you.
Well, hold on one moment, and she's gonna run over to her house.
Yeah, you
Sort of like in the
smell
Right.
wafting through the windows is a perfectly very sweet cherry. You know that she's probably making your favorite pork chops with a glazed cherry top, kind of braised and a little bit of butter. Off to the side, there's honey roasted potatoes, delicious and kind of golden. She he opens the door with this lovely laced apron that says The Who and also has a very gallant image of Uma upon it.
Mm-hmm. First of all, the merch. Do we have time for dinner?
That's really up to you, love. I don't know. What's your time frame?
Justin asking if we.
Oh, Justin.
She says, Cormac, take dinner off the stove. We'll have to get the boys and give them something to fight with. Maybe a table leg. Follow me. Meet me out by the gate.
All right, kids, arm yourselves. Get the needle and thread. And you see them getting like various bits of yarn, as well as kind of what looks like this razor wire attached with needles at the end of it, as the kids are kind of like wrapping it around their knuckles. And Carmack especially has his needle and thread kind of interwoven amongst her hands, almost Wolverine-like, as they step out of the house. The kind of lightning illuminating this horrific family as he turns to you and says, I can only reheat dinner one time or it'll lose its natural flavor, so this better be... We don't have much time, is what I'm saying.
Yep. It's time to do some needle work.
Let's do this. She walks out, your little kids following from behind as you guys see this addition.
Yeah, I feel like if everyone's gathering around the spot, it's like we wait, right?
Excellent. Yeah. It's kind of an excruciating and awkward 10 minutes as you guys wait. And then you see him, that man, with his wiggly little hands in front of about 15 men left. Each of them wearing armor, swords, getting ready, everything. Everyone has their weapons out. And this sniveling little man moves forward. I see this has become a little interesting. You guys got your little pots and pans ready to take on the big man now, huh? It wasn't enough that I put an arrow through your main boy. You want to come after my house? And my boys? And girls?
I mean, we're more so protecting our house, because you're coming after our house and our boys and our girls and our adults and our children.
Yes.
So
You're projecting a bit.
Yeah. So, I mean,
let's not get with the antics and the nitty gritty. By the end of tonight, I'm gonna have your stuff. All right, and there's nothing you in that horrific looking blacksmith and what the hell is that? Is like pointing at the greased up old woman. Una. Much has happened since the last time I saw you.
It's been a long day.
You're gonna die for this, huh?
You don't have time to go over the whole thing.
I think, I think that his little speech has really angered Roderick, who is going to do something a little bit out of character. He is going to take his short bow and he's just going to shoot one of the guys standing right next to the big greasy man.
Yes, roll it.
Oh, come on. Come on, let's see. I'm going to use my 20.
Excellent.
Just in case.
All right, you got advantage.
3 cards. Boom. So that is a... That That is an even up 1 extra, so agility is 1, so that's a 2.
Excellent. All right, you do damage. How much is it?
That is for a short bow. That is 4 plus vigor, so 4. 4 damage.
Excellent. I'm gonna pull to see how vigorous this individual is. He's not very vigorous. So, explain what happens as this person goes down by the might of your arrow.
So the greasy man is sitting there wringing his nasty hands and doing whatever, and he's talking, and Roderick just kind of is standing in the shadows looking confused for a minute, slowly pulls his arrow out and just aims. His hand is shaking as he does it, and then right when he says something horrible about Una, then it's over. That's when I let loose, and the arrow just hits the guy directly to his right through the heart. Boom, perfect and true.
Excellent. Why don't you pull a card just for my reference and let me know what it is.
Okay. 10 of hearts.
All right, cool. In this, the moment it strikes this person, you see lightning come down and explode what's left of this individual as it kind of focuses on your arrow, and you see kind of this little lightning-like creature with these golden eyes that you kind of have sold some items to in the past, just kind of lounging up on the wall, and with a slight wink and a weaving, kind of slips over onto the other side, and everyone is like, "You didn't tell me they have magic? What is this? What?" And then they race forward, ready for this battle. Kind of pushing through the mud, the rain coming down. It's game on. But you guys get to go first.
How do we determine our order of combat in this game, sir?
We are just going to keep it free form. So, Mighty Jared, you kind of did your opening gambit. So the other three, depending on which one you guys want, are ready to go. Go ahead.
I think primed to support his friends who are way better at everything than he is, as he would have, like, during this tense exchange, he would have gone off to the side of the gate, a fair distance away, and as the enemies start charging forward into the town, you will have noticed he already had his loot out, and as the lightning strike comes down, he with one hand starts hammering out the notes to Thunderstruck, in an attempt to distract and confuse. And then I also, because it's metal, I want to use my 20 on this.
Yes!
In an attempt to distract, confuse, cause chaos in the ranks.
Go ahead. I think wits would be good for this, or what do you think would be best appropriate?
I feel like since it's rock and roll comes from the soul, baby, it's got to be spirit.
All right. Despite what you have gone through today, you are persevering through the lightning and flames. Go ahead and roll, or flip.
Okay. 2.
2 total. Oh yeah, 2 unless you're you have an advantage or something like that.
Nope. Just use my 20.
All right.
Didn't even look at him. What's that? It's a 6 and a 2.
Yeah, that's good. That's +2 right there. And what's your spirit?
+1.
All right, so that's 3. Perfect. All right. So looking at these people, so I'll give you the option. You can either assist your people or kind of confuse the enemies.
I want to assist my people.
Perfect. All right. So I will give everyone advantage.
Sweet, and then that'll be it.
Excellent.
Sweet.
All right.
As soon as Una hears these Lorem playing these chords, and she just sort of goes thunder like that, like not very convincingly, but in the worst AC/DC impression of all time. And she runs forward with this club, and she's just gonna swing it with everything she's got at one of these fellows. So I'm not going to use any crits or anything like that, but I do have advantage, right?
Correct.
All right. Okay, so I'm assuming that is red, because I'm looking for either agility or vigor, and that's all red up and down there. I got a vigor of 0, but that's a 4, so +4. Oh, I guess it's with advantage, so +3.
Yeah, you picked the
the
top
club.
2. All right. So you had a total of 3?
3. Mm-hmm.
Excellent. All right. So how much damage does your club do?
4. 4 points. 4 damage. Bludgeoning.
Excellent. All right. So let me know how it is. This person's still standing, though.
Sure. She
How does Graham
invigorated by the music, runs forward and yells something about thunder, and then says, "Come on, boys!" And she just smacks this person right across the jaw and spins his head around with her club. And so he's probably not knocked over, but he's standing there holding his mouth.
Yeah, it's like kept pulling out a dagger.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, so Bill, we forgot because you were using a 20, right? So you get that extra flip.
Oh, so 3. It would have been 3 cards then.
Mm-hmm.
Or okay, then that would have been a red numbered card, so it would have been a -1.
Okay, but you do
Red,
just
Seven
still
of
choose the top. Yeah, you still choose the best 2, so you should be good. All right, cool.
Yeah.
So everyone's still good with that +1, the advantage. So Una has just gallantly moved forward, and we'll see how your spawn do. All right. So you see them kind of jump on this person with their jaw askewed as your 2 kids just start pounding away, and they're right at that height that makes it very dangerous for people. Won't go into it, but you can imagine. But Queen of Death, what are you doing?
Well, I want to take a shot at the big guy because I'm ready. My heart is ready, my soul is ready, and she pulls that arrow out from her boot. So it's the specialty arrow, and I'm going to try to hit this guy. And to do the best that I possibly can I burn 2 edges at a time? Or is it 1 edge?
Yes,
Okay,
yeah,
so I'm going to use my
you got your crits.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to use my crit,
So you get your advantage.
and I'm going to use my 2 edges, and I'm at advantage, right?
Yes.
So I draw the 2 base cards. Advantage is a 3rd one, and then a crit is a 4th
and you get to
one?
choose. Yeah, so you got your advantage, you got your crit. So you're pretty much drawing all those cards, and you get to pick the 2 that you want. The 2 best.
Okay. So, unfortunately for me, that's a lot of black in there.
Oh my god. No.
But I can pick the 2 best, right? So I can pick
Yes.
the reds. So I've got the queen.
Yep.
Whoop, I can look at things backwards. So the queen and the 10.
It's hard. Yeah,
so
that
that is
+3.
+3, and then my agility is a 1, so it's a +4, right?
Perfect.
Am I
Yep.
reading that right?
Yep.
I think. Okay.
Mhm.
And then, yeah. So there's that, and then the damage. It's a short bow, so it's a 4 because I have a 0 bigger. But it's that specialty arrow.
Yes, and it is a crit. So double damage as the thing flies through the air, and you know what? I think you can describe this in the best way possible. I believe in you, Traku, Queen of Death.
Pressure's on, but here we go.
You got this.
So the battle is just raging around, or it's starting to. It's the cusp of the battle. She knows it's going to be big. Roderick honestly inspired her. She has seen such growth from him today, and when he took that shot and it just rang true, she kind of had looked at him like, yeah, you got this, kid. And Una running up to the beautiful sounds of Lorem playing an amazing melody. She's never heard this from him before, and she's just so inspired, like, he really is good. This is perfect. And Uma whacking the person across the head. She's like, the moment, this is it. It is time to give this guy this arrow. And so she reaches down to her boot and she pulls that specialty arrow out. And just as flavor, it glints in like the lightning, and she knocks it and draws it back and she aims so carefully and then just lets it go. And as the camera pans and it's slow motion, the arrow doing its little wiggle through the air and just aiming right, hopefully for the exact same shot that poor Dom, her love of her life, at least on her end, just straight through the eye, just hits, and just everyone falls slightly silent as it goes, right before, as the blood touches this ruined head of this arrow, just before his head explodes like a watermelon. That's the best descriptor I can go. And just chunks go flying out everywhere. Part of the skull hits another guy next to him, and just the head is gone, and the body falls over and just slumps into a pile. And she stands there, like, just lowering the bow and just like just coursing in this victory pose. Yeah.
Yeah, there's like a silence, and then from the blacksmith you hear, "Does it really have a good head on his shoulders now, does he?" And then there's like someone awkwardly laughing, like, and like it's fighting stops for like 5 seconds as everyone looks around.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So we have like a whole bunch more of those exploding arrows. So you better get to getting.
Why don't you go ahead and make a wit roll?
Oh,
you
God.
try to. I believe in you.
I have edge cards, so I'm gonna burn them both because I want this to be a thing. All right. So you said wit. It's a good thing I did.
You have advantage because they just saw someone's head explode. Like, that would scare me. Like, you know?
But
yeah,
out of all the 5 cards, that leaves me with a 4 and a queen. So that is, and a wit of 0, that means a 3.
Perfect. All right. Everyone is looking around like,
Yeah, you heard me. Last chance.
And then everyone like starts turning, and like you see him like start to like trip and fall in the mud, and someone like to kind of punctuate the point accidentally falls into the human trap. One of them laid out next to the door, so it's just like more squealing and crying as like thanks for the Wilhelm scream. Right. As they just start tearing out of the gate, dropping weapons, and someone like left a loaf of bread. It's very strange, but
yeah. Don't come back ever. Right? Yeah. Just keep running till you hit water.
Yeah. Someone's like, run! They have lots of those. We don't want to deal with more than one. You saw it. It was horrific. I'm sure they're not lying to us. As they tear off, and you see the clouds above you start to part in a little bit of moonlight on you all, and your drenched badass selves with bits of whoever this villain was upon thee.
Ashlynn
does-
is still
how does the
riding
cape
that
look?
high. Just
The cape?
Did I
The
get any
cape's
head
fucked
on my
up
cape?
and- Yeah, it's like
Oh no.
it was white and lacy, now it's red and brown. And not lacy.
Well, that's all right. I suppose it gives it character.
Yeah, there's a singular clap. And you guys see Peggy.
No, you don't clap for yourselves. We don't clap for
no,
ourselves.
no,
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's bad
Yeah.
etiquette. So we just accept. It's like bow,
Yeah.
like a bow. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
not perfect slow clap. I'm not gonna lie. Like that's really good.
Yeah.
That's hard to do. To time that correctly is like, mwah. That's yeah.
Thank
You did a
thank
good
you.
job there.
Kind of sad no one else joined me, but I guess I'll. Yeah, it was fine. I guess you guys
Everyone
are
else is hiding
heroes
inside.
now. Yeah.
Wait, what?
I don't know about
Rest of the
that.
town.
That's-
And you see several of the townspeople poking their heads out. And Cormac, the beautiful husband of Una, kind of pats Una on the behind, very, very kind of gently, like, hey. It's your time, dear. Address them.
Oh,
You and your folk.
right. And I say, good people. For too long, we have waited and depended on one person to defend our town, and now, as you can see, we proved that we are stronger together, knit together by forces that are greater than us, and yeah, and I just want to say that well, I don't know if you need us to be heroes. We can be heroes, but also you can too.
Peggy's like, no,
Yeah,
not
that's
really. No, that was all on you four. I think you guys are definitely the heroes. Not us. So if anyone else comes by, we're just going to point at you.
All right, I suppose that's fine. Okay.
At that,
as she said-
Lorem will start clapping.
Oh, thank you. Now wait a minute.
Yeah,
I do want to have a
Cormac is
word.
like- That was very good, honey.
Roderick, I want to have a word with you. Who is that little man on the fence?
Roderick, and as you say that and look, Roderick is gone. He has slipped off during that whole speech because it is 3 heroes, not 4. And he is going to find the little man actually and give him some shiny marbles.
Excellent. So we're going to give everyone one epilogue, and I think we'll start with Roderick. Kind of that night as you hop into the forest at your usual meeting spot. The little wee man kind of lounging about upon a tree, gazing down.
So I really do appreciate the help. Thank you so much. I don't have much to offer you, but yeah, I did find these. I know you like shinies, so here, and I take the 3 marbles out, and I also take one of the arrows out of my quiver. and I don't know if like you can use this or anything, but I feel it's appropriate that I give you something like that. So, and I just kind of lay them on the ground in this. I always lay the stuff in this. There's this toadstool circle under this tree, and that's kind of where I always put the stuff in the middle of all these toadstools, and I just kind of gently put it there. Right. So, thank you so much, and I really look forward to maybe at some point in time we could sit down and have a meal, and I really would like to just know all about your people and where you come from, if it's okay.
Yeah. He grins and kind of in this shadowy, like lightning smile, kind of hangs upside down on this tree limb looking at you. There's nothing more than I would like to do than sit down and have a meal with you, Roderick. Your offerings I adore. Your visage is something I enjoy gazing upon at the wee hours of the morning and night. Surely, we have a wonderful fate together, you and I.
It was a bit creepy, but yeah, it sounds good. A meal is good. Thank
sorry. Yes, I'm sure we're fine, you and I. Fine friends. I look forward. And Roderick, you're a hero. You can't shy away from it. There's that bit of smack destiny upon your face, as if you just insulted your girl. You can't run from it.
Yeah, we'll see.
It's
about
coming.
that.
I can smell it.
I can run pretty fast. And with that, Rodder's going to turn and start walking back toward the town.
The echo of that laugh resounding in the forest. And we'll go over to Una. How's your household doing?
We're doing great. The boys, my sons, are out cleaning up, helping to clean up the mess from the fight. But inside, Una and Cormac are just finishing the reheated dinner. And she says, it's not bad. I understand it would have been better fresh off the stovetop, but you're quite talented, dear.
Oh, well, thank you. Honestly, I never thought I would be making dinner, fighting, coming back, reheating it. I also had time to make a wee bit of soup with the kind of the broth used for the meat. So it's delicious. Someone left a loaf of bread out there too, so I got that included in there. The honey roasted potatoes came out really nice and buttery and thick. A little bit of wee salt and basil upon that bitch. Like it's great. So you're a hero, Una.
You're a man of many talents. Can I ask you, what do you think about this whole talk about heroics?
Oh, well, I always think it's never too late to engage in a little bit of heroics. And Una, you've always been a hero in my book, as well as your kids' books. So it just makes sense for it to be written on everyone else's.
Oh, you sweet man. All right, well, how about you and me retire to the bedroom? Saved this crate for almost this entire game. And I'm going to use it upstairs.
What are you doing?
I'm saving the crit so Una and Cormac can be lovers in the nighttime.
Oh man, I am always a fan of using crits for shenanigans. So the best times are had as the curtain is pulled.
Someone in Twitch chat just said that they get the bacon grease out, which I'm cool with.
The sock is placed upon the door of the household as the kids are asked to go play with the dead carcasses outside, or whatever they want. Like have fun. Do you bring the lace cape?
Of course. By
all right,
request.
high five. All right. Who would like to take the next epilogue scene?
Can I toss it to Bill? Because I think that there's music playing in the background.
Oh, yes.
And it can only be coming from Lorem.
Because he's so severely enchanted by the bravery of Una. He's and with the crit in this kind of support, he kind of like blows off his lute and he places his hands upon it. And then bends that note up, and he just starts, I can feel it fine, baby. Got to hold back this feeling for so long. And if you feel like I feel, sugar, come on. Ow! Let's get it on. And then he'll be close by, enjoying the moment.
So you guys can hear that sexy, amazing music through the window, and even Peggy kind of tosses a coin at you for the beautiful music as she continues to chop up the body so they're easier to bury. So yeah, having two different scenes right there. So Queen of Death.
Oh man. Yeah, so Ashlynn, honestly, I would have been helping to clear some of those bodies out of the way. So I can see that being her first thing, you can see her helping to hack them to pieces if that's what Peggy's doing, and
Yep.
getting them prepared for the
Yeah, Charlotte's helping too.
Yeah. That makes sense. Of course she is. In pigtails or ponytail? That's how scared I
this
need
is
to
more
be.
casual, so she
Okay.
has her pigtails. This is evening, afternoon stuff. It's chill.
Perfect. But yeah, so Ashlynn's gonna be, helping the town to kind of recover after what just happened. And as they, are taking these bodies out to where they're going to be buried, she'll kind of take a moment to pause and go by a little decorative shrine in place for Dom. Her love of her life. Who knows how he thought of her, but in her heart, he loved her back. And she, spends a moment just kind of looking and kind of just gently puts her hand on the stone and just, I would have done you proud. I hope you can enjoy all the blueberries that you could possibly enjoy wherever it is that you are now. My love.
Yeah. Charlotte places a hand upon your shoulder, kind of sneaking up on you.
Oh.
He one time asked me to commission him an arrow. He never found any use for it. He liked using his bare hands. He always went on about his bare hands. But Ashlynn,
Yeah.
I think he would have wanted you to have it. It's kind of too big to shoot from a bow. It's really meant to stab people with. It's a stabbing arrow. But I think he would have wanted you to have it.
Thank you, Charlotte.
Yeah. All right, come with me. Let's drink to the memory, and I'll get you a stabbing arrow.
I'd love that.
She kind of fist bumps you. As you guys leave, you can, not you, but the audience can see this dark shape behind several trees. A man with impeccable, glistening chest, hair set upon it, kind of bouncing every now and as the moon glistens upon it, slightly sweaty, but smelling of lavender and oak. A smile erupts upon his face, an eye patch across his eye. He turns to this other dark shape next to him. I knew they had it in them. the whole time, heroes blossoming from the earth. A scene that will one day be written in everyone's story. I am saddened by the cost of it, but I know it was necessary. For beyond these horizons are sun rays whose glorious nature might melt them if they had not put on the visage of a hero. And while I will miss them, especially, and he looks down at his script, Ashley, I will miss Ashley most of all. Her blueberries were the best. I know that this was all needed. I just hope that they are able to move past these days into the light and approach the darkness with bravery and gallant chest hair. And with that, he swings back his luxurious locks, which are now golden within the moonlight, as he slings his pack upon his bare, muscle-toned back and walks into the forest with his dark, silhouetted shape. The curtains close. The audience is silenced. And Legends of Avallen is no more. At this point in time, though, you can, of course, back the Kickstarter, which is epic, if you want to be a part of this amazing, amazing story. Yeah, so we'll go around. Let's get everyone's impressions about this game. Go ahead and plug your stuff as you do. You talented, wonderful people, you. But we shall start with Dosiembro.
That's me, I think. It's me, Doc Rimbo. Justin, I'm Doc Rimbo on Twitter, but more importantly, I'm Doc Rimbo in the Discord, where I spent about 90% of my waking hours posting stupid GIFs and making jokes and being silly. And I love to do it. And part of the reason is because I love to play with people like this and all of these terrific folks here all around the little virtual table. And the next place you can find me on Wednesdays, starting not next week, but in 2 weeks, so a week from this coming Wednesday, I'm over on Heroes Without Limits, first campaign where I play a guy named Isaac, a former child actor who is inhabited by the mythos of Hansel and Gretel. And that's a lot of fun. It's run by our friend Anna Nymeria941, and so everyone tune in for that. Other than that, I'm up for some more games. I just had a busy week, but if you have a game coming up, let me know, and I'll play. And I had a super great time playing as Una. It's just, what a delight she was, and will continue to be as she lives on in my memory. But more than that, I just loved her fiction husband. So thank you, Mitch. Thanks for running a great fun game, and thank you for helping me create Cormac, the best husband I could have ever asked.
I love playing Fiction Husband. Fiction Husband is best husband.
It is.
All right. So the Mighty Judd.
Yeah, that's me. First off, before I get to my stuff, let's talk about this stuff right here, because Legend of Avallen, really cool game. I think for me, it's the first time I've ever done a card-based system. I really like. At first, I was like, I don't know how this is going to work out. I really like the mechanics of it because it mixes up the successes and failures really well, which sometimes dice rolling games don't. So I really kind of dig the mechanic. I'm looking forward to picking it up personally. That said, if you want to talk to me about this game, you want to talk to me about any game, you can reach me on Twitter @TheMightyJerd. I'm there talking about gaming, comic books, fitness quite a bit, and I also talked a lot about acting. Speaking of which, if you're interested in fantasy and horror, which I know a lot of you guys are, my latest short film, The Forgotten, is now on Amazon Prime, so you can check that out. I greatly appreciate the support there. Making short films is that's a painful endeavor. So yeah, any support there would be great. And yeah, it was fun time playing with you guys. Thanks.
All right, and to the mighty with beautiful vocal tunage, Bill of the Forest.
Hello, friends. Yeah, so comments about the game. I'm the type of person who kind of struggles grasping a game with just reading the books. Like, I need a playthrough to get into this game. And so, like, I had like a framework of like how I thought it was going to work. And then with Mitch like guiding us through everything, I got it, and it was a lot of fun. I am a fan of, you know, for the random number generator stuff, like the deck of cards. It's like super engaging, right? So with rolling d20s, you have there's a lot of options there, and you can't really tell the story as great as you might want to. But with the deck of cards, you know, obviously you saw with Lorem's complete and utter failure at the beginning, and you know, it allows you to create that story arc at the end to being like good, right? And that happened in an episode. And I was a big fan, and like, I know it's a one shot, so we didn't get to really like tap into the mythos that much, but that part was great. Highly recommend you pick it up. I know I'm going to, so I can't wait to sit down with a group of friends once people are allowed to hang out again, or get together with some friends on Zoom to accomplish an amazing quest. If you like internet stuff, follow me at Bill of the Forest on the Twitter. I'm the Director of Business Development at LFM. We have some awesome stuff. Stupid beard. We have some awesome stuff coming up. We are premiering the Season 2 of Rise of the Veiled Alliance, our Dark Sun Dungeons & Dragons game, and that'll be on the Tales from the Silt Expanse, premieres on September 27th at noon Pacific time, and then Obsidian Spire is at 3 p.m. Pacific time on Monday. So that's Sunday and Monday, September the 27th and 28th, back to back. It's going to be super, super fun. I'm really looking forward to it because Dark Sun, D&D, do it. Just make it happen. Put out some Dark Sun stuff, please. Wizards, God, thank you. That's it. I love all of these people. Follow them, please.
All right. And the Queen of Death herself, Dracu.
Let me just say, I've never had the nickname Queen of Death, and now y'all are definitely spoiling me, and that's my new nickname now. That's it. Dracu, Queen of Death. I'm totally okay with this. Yeah, just to kind of echo what has already been brought up, like, I too, this is my first card deck based, you know, drawing game as far as like picking, you know, how the rolls go, quote unquote, and it was so much fun. I too was a little worried getting started, just like, okay, if I draw this and this, and then I realized like, oh, the individual suits don't necessarily matter so much in my head. Let's just concentrate on matching colors. And then it got much easier for my brain to comprehend. So awesome system. I'm very impressed with it. I have already backed the Kickstarter, but it is definitely still active. I know we were at the nice number of hours to go, like an hour ago. So y'all go back it if you haven't yet, because this honestly looks like an amazing game and it plays so much fun already. I am also kind of sad it was just a one shot, because I feel like we could have had a lot of fun really exploring these characters and going further. So yeah, I'm down for in the future if we want to do a full campaign. Let me just throw that out there. But yeah, so I am Dracu. You can find me around the internet. Typically, you can find me as Dracu. I'm over as Dracu on Twitter. Here on Twitch, I'm Dracu3690. I'm a variety streamer. Tonight, I'll actually be finishing up my stream of Yoshi's Island, and tomorrow I'll be playing some Fallout. If you want to watch me play more tabletop stuff on Monday nights on Kobold Press, you can find me in Lessons in Deep Magic at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Super fun. And yeah, I had a blast. It was so much fun playing with y'all, and I hope I get to play again soon. Yeah.
Woo! We had the funnest of times. I am Mitchell. You can find me at Penny for a Tale, at Encounter Roleplay. You'll find me on the Discord, the Twitters, and stuff like that. I love this community, and we hope you love it too and enjoy it. And this was an amazing, fun game. I tell you what, this is. I love the the growing from ordinary people into legends, and like the character classes go into like a reaver, the warrior, the mage, the mystic, and so you start to get all these cool professions and magic and be this epic warrior as you grow from a chilled out queen of death into a real like goddess of death, and watching every the Una would be an amazing character. Not that she already is, but kind of moving up. But yeah, it was a lot of fun, and there's definitely a lot of depth and amazingness to use for the system. So I really enjoyed it. And I love card-based systems because I love the customization and the art. And if you haven't checked it out, the Kickstarter, they're doing custom card decks for this game using Celtic kind of images and numerals and stuff like that. So it's really pretty, very beautiful, especially if you like cards. You can use it anywhere, which is super cool. So some final things that we are going to be plugging. We have Star Trek Adventures tomorrow at 6 p.m. Of course, all this information you could find out on our Facebooks or Twitters, as well as our website and to our Discord. We also have the following week, Cult Divinity Lost. Oh my gosh, we don't have much time left, but it is coming down very soon. Sorry, Star Trek is tonight. So we'll talk about that in a little bit because I want you guys to stay for that. It is amazing. But yeah, so other than that, we have 2 one-shots coming later next week. We got Parceling, which is another card-based system, which is super fun on Kickstarter. There is also Good Strong Hand. So if you want these hands and really want to kind of go for that never-ending story vibe, that's going to be a lot of fun. So just shenanigans throughout this whole time as we fight the negativity of the world with positivity, fun, and laughter. But yes, Star Trek is coming up. These people look fantastic with their makeup, their art. Like, it is badass and cool. I love watching them just for that. I want a poster, and we are coming up on the finales, so it's going to be a lot of fun. So stick around, grab a pizza, go be the hero you've always wanted to be. Just make sure it's within and under 5 minutes, so you can watch this amazing show. And with that, we bid everyone adieu. And have a wonderful, amazing time watching such great stuff coming up later. Wave. Bye.